Hello, today is the 7th day of March 2018. My name is Derek. Like always, everything you do is within your own risk, own reward. And I'm going to start this off with a wrestler's theme song music, which you'd hear on WrestleMania coming soon. And I think it approaches my game plan towards crypto trading really, really big. Because it's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about control and if you can take it. It's all about your debts and if you can pay it. It's all about pain and who's going to make it. And it's all about control in this market and controlling yourself, controlling the strategies, systems that you use, the decisions in which you make, paying off the debts. That's making sure you can handle your losses that you take within your risk versus your reward. And I want to play the game. So then, with that being stated, let's talk about Litecoin against Bitcoin. 4 days, just barely going sideways, hardly any volatility whatsoever. Price action is relatively in the middle for the most part, well above and below each of these two lines. And it is also in an area where it consolidated from February 4th through the 13th. When we look back, what gave you an indication that this thing was going to move at least the next day to the upside when we were looking at it back in here? Really? No. I mean, the only thing you could say is that it retraced a very small amount from an amazing multi-day, really 4 great day move up. That's the only thing you can really state about that. But then when the markets are ready to go, they go. And I believe it's going to be doing that several amount of these times. So the way I'm playing this game is wanting to trade alternate coins against Litecoins to gain Litecoins. I had an opportunity with an exchange beforehand for a short period of time to do such, but then the exchange closed. But I can trade Litecoin via a spreadsheet or just understanding what the price of, well, one divided by the other is that price. So for the day, Cloak coin up 39.2%. Its price is 0.09771 on the Litecoin exchange, although it's just Litecoin price divided by Cloak. And I sold it at 78.05 handle, which means it's up a bit more. Sweet. I don't want to sell again at 97. It's only another couple thousand basis points, about 28%, which is decent, but I want better than decent. I want to see this come up to like the 11,000, 12,000 handle, which would then be like 50%, 40 to 50% at least from each move, and then sell some more if it gets to that point. If it goes lower, I want close to half off on these things. Like 4,000 if it starts to retrace lower. Within core, I sold this at like a 40. I got the trades in here. I sold core at the 43.26 handle, selling 13 for 0.56 Litecoin. Then 2 days later, I bought 20 of them, 7 additional, for 0.46 Litecoin, 0.1 less. So I gained on this trade 0.1 Litecoin and 7 core coins. And then I got a bunch of other ones. And this is for myself, so I can always look and say, oh, it's a buy time or it's a sell time. Because it's all about the numbers game. And yeah, that's really what it comes down to. SLS 39.95% up 162% over the last 10 days. And I sold this at 53.56 handle. It's at the 44.85. And interestingly speaking, I don't know if this is just variance. It probably is, but I do see this a lot, miscellaneous spots, but 161.8. That's the 100 max for the NXS, which is I think it's the Nexus, I believe, but the code NXS is at 161.8%. For the largest it's been above the 18 average. That means it has had a major pump before in the past. over the last 10 days, I can see, at least within this list, that the most altcoins have done well. But granted, I've been adding a lot of these one by one when sell orders come in, because I get a notice, oh, an SLS sell order comes in. Well, let's just start trading it the rest of the way against Litecoin. That's my attitude towards it. Or that's the game plan, really. And same thing with NXS, NXC, it came through. We have the Cloak coin. That was one that I thought, yes, let's sell pretty much everything towards it. Because it would be interesting in the score of the game. How many Litecoins you own is part of the game score. How many can I bring that number towards by playing this sort of game? I will add more coins in when more sell orders start to creep in. So I would expect there to be added into this point here where there might be 40 different ones. You can very much expect Ripple to be added to this as well. I considered buying it earlier, like earlier as in like in the last 10 minutes before this video. I'm still going to wait a little bit, although we'll see. I think it can go down a little bit more. That's why I want to wait, because if I was only barely sure, I'd buy a little bit of it now. But yes, whenever I am ready for a big Litecoin gain to the upside, I'm going to be selling Litecoin. So I'm going to get X amount of Bitcoin for what I sell. I'm going to want to buy alternate coins with it, with some of it anyway. And therefore, that would be, okay, let's buy a bit of Ripple or buy a bit of this. And then when I do that, I will add it, of course, into such, and the buy would be directly from Litecoin. Because if, say, Litecoin goes up 85%, okay, well, this other coin that really didn't do anything for the day was down like 40%. Okay, let's just buy some of it. So that's pretty much how I'm going to be adding codes towards this spreadsheet. Okay. So within this thing, there's really not much you can do for myself, because as far as short-term trading on this, when you look at this on a 60-minute time frame, which does have the price going high. Hang on a second. Okay, whenever I see markets making new highs, or whenever I see Litecoin really making new highs or new lows, I always like to see if there's any arbitrage available, and unfortunately there wasn't for me at this time anyway. But when you're seeing these movements like this, you're seeing the price within this range having 18.45 on the high, 18.20 on the low. You're only dealing with like 1.2-ish% high to low. Not much more you can get out of that. As far as setups are concerned, it's been in this sideways move. I do like how, if you look at this support, we can see roughly, well, basically 1819, and it goes down to 1807. Hit 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it was hit all day. And then before this move, notice how we have this failed breakdown. I remember saying months ago that we don't get too much of this in the crypto space, it seems. It's like more of like a gold and silver and Forex and even stock market thing. That before a break or just a leg higher or lower, that it will precede a move in the opposite direction, thus a failed move. Well, that's pretty much what I'm seeing here. So within a move like this, I would expect just at least to have a decent leg higher, maybe up to about this previous high at about 188. But that's just what one small leg higher would be. Maybe from that point on, it could even, if it does find resistance there, come back to this key level. Because once you break resistance, you know you've established huge level, roughly at 185 change down to about 1847, even 1841. And those are areas you'd be looking to come back to as your key points. And what you do with that point for your analysis or for how you play your orders, well, that's obviously up to yourself. Let's take a quick look at Litecoin against Ethereum, as this is something that I haven't seen in a day or so. And it's just still hanging in there amongst this level, not really doing too much. I sold at this line, looking to either buy back here if that's the next move, or if it's going to come up here, I'll sell again. So I'm not trying to guess what the next play is going to be. Rather, if it happens to go higher, I know I'm just going to use my buy low, sell high strategy mathematically and just keep on going from there. If it happens to go here, of course, I'm going to sell. I'll look to buy back somewhere around this line. And then, of course, if I sell here, I definitely will place another sell order. And it wouldn't be at least till around the 0.5 number, because going from 33 to 50, that's a 50% climb. I'm looking for decent volatility within the trades in which I am making. Trying to get as many Litecoins as I can within this game. The game that I've done very well at, and those whom, there's a lot of skill that can be evolved in many ways, but when you know what you got for a strategy that works, just be focused towards it, stick with it, and let's play the game. Anyway, thanks for tuning in and have yourself a great one. Bye-bye.